Hello BuzzFamily and welcome to BuzzBarca. Today we'll be talking about Raphinha and his performance for Brazil scoring a big free kick. We'll be talking about Ronald Araujo and his group stage at the Copa America. And we'll be talking about Kounde being the man of the match in France's recent game. All that and much more. BuzzBarca. Starting off, let's talk about Raphinha and his goal for Brazil at Copa America. Raphinha scored an absolute wonder goal, scoring a free kick over the wall right into the back right corner. It was an early goal in the 12th minute of the game against Colombia. Raphinha's confidence with the Brazil national team has been very high recently and he's been performing really well for that team. Hopefully this type of performance could be replicated at Barcelona under Hansi Flick this coming season. Also, when it comes to free kicks at Barcelona, the only player who has scored a free kick after Messi had left the club was Ferran Torres of last season. Hopefully now with Raphinha we can add a left foot threat. From one South American team to another, let's talk about Uruguay and Ronald Araujo. Ronald Araujo had a bunch of injuries and setbacks during Copa America group stage, but that did not stop him from being a beast. Araujo was rated the highest rated center back at a 7.73 in Copa America group stage. It is great to see that he is performing at such a high level for his country. Under Hansi Flick, we might see an even more aggressive Araujo and a very calculated one as well. Hopefully Ronald Araujo wants to stay at the club long term, and if he does choose to leave the club and he lets Barcelona know, I know 100 million will be the minimum that they would want for this type of player. From one defender to another, let's talk about Kounde. Kounde started at the right back position in France's game against Belgium. Offensively, Kounde played very high up on the right side. He put in some very good crosses and he had 5 key passes. And on the defensive side, he was not lacking either as he held Doku off the score sheet. It's great to see that Kounde is doing it on both sides of the field and getting more comfortable playing his right back position. We all know that Kounde doesn't prefer this position and he wants to play center back, and under Hansi Flick, it is looking like that might be a possibility. However, he has been doing very well for FC Barcelona and the France national team playing as a right back. So who knows what his future is in Barcelona's team, whether he's a center back or a right back, but he has been performing very well at that position. So well that he got announced man of the match. Keep it up, Kounde. I'm not sure what is going on with the Spain national team, but it seems like every day we get more interviews from different players, especially from Barcelona players. Pedri was asked about Nico Williams, and this is what he said. Nico Williams would be a spectacular signing for us at Barcelona. It would be incredible. He's a player who is already showing what he is capable of. I hope he can join us. Those are some great words from Pedri for his fellow Spanish national teammate, and it's looking like the chemistry is already there. He's performing really well at that left wing position, and that is a place that we need at Barcelona. We've heard Lamine Yamal come out and talk about Nico Williams, and now we're hearing Pedri. And it's not a surprise that Barcelona really want this as a team as well. In my opinion, Barcelona should go out and negotiate as soon as possible because the price may even go up. In my opinion, Nico Williams is worth every penny of that 58 million euro release clause. Let's move on to some Barcelona transfer news. Starting off with João Cancelo, it is looking like Man City will not be sending him out on loan to Barcelona or any other team. If Barcelona want him on their team for next season, they would have to straight up buy him, and the fee is looking around the 25 million euro mark. In my opinion, I don't think it is worth buying Cancelo, especially because he will be a backup. Kounde and even Balde will be starting ahead of him on the fullback positions, and I don't think it's worth having Cancelo as a backup. It would obviously be great depth, but I don't think that's where our money should be allocated. Mikhail Faye will be staying at Barcelona and will not be going to Porto. As last reported, it was looking like he would be going to FC Porto for 15 million euros, but that is not the case because Porto have actually offered only 5 million, and that is way lower than what we wanted at FC Barcelona. Hansi Flick has called on Faye to come for preseason, and he really wants a left-footed defender in his team, so he might even break out and make it to the first team, as that is what Faye even wants. The whole point of him leaving was for him to get first team playtime, and under Flick and during the preseason, he has a chance to prove Flick that he is ready for FC Barcelona. A new player that is linked to Barcelona for that pivot position is Leon Paredes. Paredes has played pretty well over his career, and he's currently playing at AS Roma. He's been doing very well there, and he's also played really well for the Argentinian team. Someone like him would be a very cheap option for Barcelona if they go that route. I think they will invest heavily in one of the two positions, whether that is the left wing position or the pivot position. So maybe if they want to get Nico Williams at that left wing position, they would go cheaper on the pivot. So Paredes actually has some of a chance of coming to Barcelona. And finally, let's talk about Jadon Philogene of Hull City. Recently, the owner of Hull City has come out and said that Barcelona have shown interest, and it is true. Hull City will not actually sell him if they don't need to. They actually value Jadon Philogene and the work he has done at Hull City. If Jadon Philogene was to leave Barcelona and he really wanted to go to that club, then Hull City will step in and negotiate with Barcelona. So if the interest is very true from Barcelona's side and they really want to pursue a player like him, and he wants to come to Barcelona, that's the only way this transfer can happen. And that's how the transfer should happen. So as time goes, let's see if this transfer happens. So that's going to do it for today's news on Barcelona and the players at the Euros, including Raphinha's free kick, Ronald Araujo's great performance in the group stage of Copa America, Kounde being the man of the match in his game against Belgium, along with a lot of other transfer news. Like and subscribe, it helps the channel out a ton. And see you next time. BuzzBarca.